Morning to all of you. Welcome to your TSN English class. We will start with present perfect continuous tense. This tense is used in the following ways. First one, to describe an action that has begun in the past and still continuing. So this is clear now. An action that has begun in the past and still continuing. So ऐसा एक्शन जो पास्ट में हो रहा है और अभी भी कंटिन्यूटी में है. दे हैव बिन स्टेइंग इन द विलेज फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम. वो गाँव में रह रहे हैं काफ़ी लंबे समय से. इट हैज़ बिन रेनिंग सिंस लास्ट नाइट. सेकेंड, to express an action already completed but whose effect is still continuing. Example, have been running around for the job all day and am now tired. For those action which are already completed and whose effects is still going. So action तो complete हो चुका है but उसका effect अभी भी continuing है. I have been running around for the job all day and now I am tired. Next one, rules for affirmative or positive sentences. Singular subject plus has plus been plus first form of verb plus ing plus for or since. In these sentences, we use helping verb has and with that has we use been plus verb की first form plus ing and we use for or since. Plural subject. If plural subjects are there, then we use have plus been first form of verb plus ing plus for or since. Arpit has been sleeping since 3 o'clock. So here Arpit is a singular subject. We use has, then been, then sleeping. Sleep is the form of verb and then we use ing with it. Since and 3 o'clock. They have been running for 3 hours. So they is plural. That is why we use have been running for 3 hours. Rules for negative sentences. Singular subject plus has plus not plus been plus first form of verb plus ing plus for or since. So for singular sentences in a negative form we use, the whole rule is same actually, but we use has plus not plus been. So it's important here to know about that has और being के बीच में हम not put करेंगे. Plural subject, if we have plural subject it's similar. We use plural subject plus have plus not plus been plus first form of verb plus ing plus for or since. You have not been suffering from fever for 1 week. So you is I, you and we. These are the three words with which we use have. I, we and you. So you have not been suffering from fever for 1 week. Rules for interrogative sentence. Has plus subject plus been plus first form of verb plus ing plus since or for. If we use question words plus has have plus subject plus been plus first form of verb plus ing plus since, for and to. For interrogative sentences, the same. Have you been sleeping since 8 o'clock? So here have you been sleeping since 8. Has he not been living in this house for a long time? So this one is negative one. The third one. Why have they been playing football since morning? And this is the question word sentence. Here is one tip. We use the simple present tense to describe events that happen in succession like cricket, commentaries and demonstration. an experiment or asking for giving instruction. However, present progressive tense is used for changing and developing situation. Example, rate of packaged foodstuff are going up. Now move on to next tense. That is past tense. Past tense, in past tense, similarly like present tense, first of all we have past indefinite tense, also called simple past tense. This tense is used in the following ways. इस tense को हम अलग अलग तरीके से use करते हैं. The first one is to indicate an action that happened in the past and report completed action. It is used often in recounts and narratives. So this tense is we use often, or so many times we use in this recounts and narratives. Why this? Because एक ऐसा एक्शन जो पास्ट में हो चुका है उसके बारे में हम बात कर रहे हैं. वी क्लोज द शॉप एट 8 p.m. शी मेट मी लास्ट ईयर. I visited the Taj Mahal 3 months later. So this action already happened in future and somebody is reporting or narrating this to somebody else. Second one, to indicate past habits or repeated events that are now over. For those events which are past habits or some events, repeated events, जो अब खत्म हो चुके हैं. In those days, my mother gave me some pocket money every day. उन दिनों मेरी मदर मुझे पॉकेट मनी दिया करती थी. I always rode a bike to school when I was young. So these are some past habits or events which are now over. The habitual past can also be expressed by using used to. Example, she used to drink tea in the morning. My grandfather used to read a few chapters of Gita every day. So these are some habitual past action which are expressed by using the word. So whenever we use the habitual past action, we use used to. Sometimes this tense is used without an adverb of time. In such cases, the time may be either implied or indicated by the context. अगर ऐसा कभी इस tense में होता है that without an adverb of time we use these things, then we implied or indicated by the context. I learned Punjabi in Chandigarh. To indicate another action which happened in middle of a longer action. Example, the light went out while I was watching my favorite TV serial. So the light went out while I was watching my favorite TV serial. So this is an action which happened in the middle of longer action. The first one is rule for positive sentences or affirmative sentences. Subject plus second form of verb plus I played. Here I is a subject and singular subject. Played. Play is a verb. Then we use ed with verb. This is the second form of verb. She. Sing. Sung. So this is the second form. She is also a singular word. Sung is a second form of verb. Then rest of the sentence. Rules for negative sentences. Subject plus did not plus first form of verb plus example. I did not attend the function. They did not watch television. So here we use negative sentences by using did. Rules for interrogative sentences. Did plus subject plus first form of verb. Question word did subject plus first form of verb. So it is basically like that. In the affirmative sentences we use second form of verb, and in these sentences we use did, we use first form of verb. Did you play a game? Why did she abuse her friends? When did father go to office. Why did Supriya not speak the truth? The next one is past continuous tense. This tense is used in the following ways. First one, to indicate an action that was happening at some time in past. तो ऐसा एक्शन को इंडिकेट करने के लिए जो पास्ट में हुआ है द टाइम ऑफ एक्शन मे और मे नॉट बी इंडिकेट. वी वर वॉचिंग टीवी होल इवनिंग. Used with always, continually, example, etc. for persistent habit in the past. Example, he was always sulking. The past continuous is also used for an action that was going on during a given period or at a period of time in the past. So basically this tense is used with past continuity action that was going during a given period or at a given time past. While Rohan was filling in the hole, his dog was digging another. Rules for affirmative sentence. Singular subject plus was plus first form of verb plus ing. In this past continuous tense, we use first form of verb plus ing like present continuous, but in this we don't use is mr, we use was were. Plural subject plus were. If we use singular then we use was, if we use plural then we use were plus ing. They were making a noise. They is plural, that is why we use were. She was driving her car. She is singular. Rules for negative sentences. Singular subject plus was plus not plus first form of verb plus ing. Plural subject were plus not plus first form of verb plus ing. So ओनली द डिफरेंस इज नॉट. वॉज के बाद नॉट लग जाएगा इफ सिंगुलर सब्जेक्ट है, एंड प्लूरल सब्जेक्ट होता है तो वर के बाद नॉट लग जाएगा, देन फर्स्ट फॉर्म ऑफ वर्ब प्लस आई एन जी. शी वॉज नॉट सिंगिंग अ सॉन्ग. दे वर नॉट ईटिंग मैंगोज. नेक्स्ट, rules for interrogative sentences. Was were plus subject in the first form of verb plus ing, then question words. If was were से sentence start हो रहा है, then we use first form of verb then subject plus ing. If question word से start हो रहा है तो question word के साथ we put was and were according to singular plural, then subject, then first form of verb, then ing. Were you eating a mango? When were the milkman milking the cow? Why was the blind boy crying? Next is past perfect tense. This tense is used in the following ways to indicate an action that was completed before a definite time or before another action that took place in the past. So this is to use to indicate an action which is completed before a definite time. ऐसे action के लिए जो definite time से पहले complete हो गया है, और before another action that took place in the past, या दूसरा action past में होने से पहले. Manish reached here after you had gone. The patient had died before the doctor reached him. डॉक्टर के आने से पहले ही पेशेंट मर गया. It indicate desire in the past that have not been fulfilled. ऐसी desire past की जो अभी fulfill नहीं हुई हैं. I wish I had not wasted my time. Third one, it expresses those conditions of the past that were impossible to fill. If you had questions him earlier, things would have improved. Rules of affirmative sentence, that is subject plus had plus third form of verb. In this tense we use third form of verb then had. Rules for affirmative sentence, subject plus had plus third form of verb, then rest of the sentence. He had cooked the food. So cook की third form है cooked. Cooked is a verb. He is singular. That is why we use had. If plural, then we use. Rule for Negative sentences. Subject plus had plus not plus third form of verb. They had not attend the function. So basically in this sentences, if plural है तो भी हम had use करेंगे, singular है तो भी हम had use करेंगे. Like he had or they had. Rules for interrogative sentences. Had plus subject plus third form of verb. Had she watched a movie? Why had you not gone to Delhi? So go went gone की third form है gone. So why had you not? This is the negative question sentence. Next is past perfect continuous tense. This tense is used in the following ways when we indicate an action which began in the past and continued up to a certain point of time in the past. When we met in Lucknow, she had been studying in the city of college for 3 years. So, this is an action which began in the past and also it continued to a certain point of time, like for 3 years. At the time, he had been working in the company for 2 months. Next one, rule for affirmative sentence. Subject plus had been plus first form of verb plus ing plus since for plus. You had been suffering from fever since Tuesday. So, you is singular. Then we use had been, first form of verb, that is suffer. Then we use ing in it. Then rest of the sentence with since. I had been studying for 3 hours. Next one. Rules for negative sentences. Subject plus had plus not been. First form of verb plus ing. Like they had not been going to office since 5th July. Rules for interrogative sentences. Had plus subject plus been plus first form of verb plus ing. Next, question word plus had plus subject plus been plus first form of verb plus ing, या since or for. Hate for not been reading the book since morning. Where had he been playing since morning? So here your past tense and present tenses are completed.